What's up? Yeah, you read that right. I got fired. I've never been fired before. It's kind of a weird feeling. I'm kind of dumbfounded by the whole thing because I think the whole thing is BS. It's about the stupidest reason ever. Um, a little bit of a backstory on that of what happened. I was working at a company called Bruno's Automotive. I'm going to highly recommend that you do not go there. And I'll get to that in a minute. But so this was Wednesday afternoon, 2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere around in there. I was fixing a Lincoln town car, and I fixed it, obviously, went on a test drive. But before that, there's another technician who was working there, and the dude's pretty smart, and he's always asking questions because he wants to learn, which is a great way to learn, hands on. And they, the owner, Sherry, treats this dude like garbage. And I still can't for the life of me figure out why. I don't know if she just didn't like him or what. She's very disrespectful to all of her employees and customers. And you know me, I'm not really going to take that. But it being my place of employment, I was respectful, stuff like that. So I fixed the town car and I go for a test drive and I come back. Well, Brian had looked at, he's the other technician, he had looked at this other car that somebody bought used. So basically just looking it over, and it needed windshield wipers. When I come back, the windshield wipers were with the ticket on my toolbox. And Brian comes walking up to me and is like, hey, she wants you to put the windshield wipers on. I'm like, dude, I got like 15 things going on. I got this Ford Focus out here that's having a battery issue with a transmission issue. So I need to fix the battery issue, which I've already done, so I can see what's going on with the transmission and see if we can get this customer rolling. He was like, and I looked at Brian and I said, can you do windshield wipers? And he was like, yeah, I can do windshield wipers, but she won't let me. I said, she won't let you do windshield wipers? Why? He was like, she doesn't let me do anything unless it's sweep the floor, clean the toilet, or wipe out the refrigerator. She was just basically using him as a little janitor. And I think she was doing that to get him to quit, but he didn't. He didn't quit. Um, I'm not going to get into his situation, but as he's talking to me, I got the windshield wipers in my hand. She's coming out the office door. I need you to go put those wipers on right now. Just a snarky, snobby attitude. I'm like, well, you have a guy right here perfectly capable of putting windshield wipers on. He can't do them. Why can't he put windshield wipers on? Come over here and I'll talk to you about it. I said, no, ma'am. I'm in the middle of doing this right here. If you want to talk to me about it, you can talk to me in front of Brian. He's another technician. Every time he puts them on, he breaks them. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's physically possible to break windshield wipers every time you put them on a car, every car. So that right there already didn't add up. And then she starts, it's like poking the bear. I'm already irritated. I'm just trying to keep to myself and do my job, be respectful to everybody else. She's just poking the bear, poking, poking, poking. Well, she's like, well, you're going to do it. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go over here and fix this car this lady needs to get out. Like I said, he's perfectly capable of putting windshield wipers on. And I said, if you don't want him to do it, I mean, why don't you go out there and do it? They're just windshield wipers. I'm very busy right at the moment. I don't know how to do them. So you don't know how to do them, but you want him to go over there, or you don't want him to do them either, but you want me, who's swamped right now, to go do windshield wipers. I don't have a problem with doing windshield wipers. This is the fact that you come up to me and you have a person standing here with his thumb in his butt because you won't let him touch anything. And she starts going crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't cuss at her or anything like that, but I said, this is BS. I didn't say BS, but I said the actual word, and I'm not going to say it on here because it'll demonetize. But I said, this is BS. And I stepped over the little chain and went outside, and I was working on that Focus. So yesterday morning, her son is one of the owners, and he runs a store that's a couple miles down the road, different location. I come in the morning, and he's standing in front of the computer, and I said, hey, Michael. And he's like, hey, we need to talk. And I'm like, okay, can I clock in? And he's just kind of standing in front of the computer. So I didn't clock in. He was like, so you want to tell me what happened with my mom yesterday? I said about the windshield wipers. I mean, Brian's perfectly capable of putting on windshield wipers. And I asked her, well, why does she treat him like crap? Has him cleaning floors and mopping and just vacuuming dust out of corners, just stupid little minute things. Just verbally abuses him, mentally abuses him, just treats him like garbage. He was like, was there anything else? I was like, no. I told her I wasn't going to do the windshield wipers because I was working on this Focus right here. I'm very busy. He was like, well, she said that you called her a F and B. Again, I'm not going to say that, but you guys know what F and B is. I said, do what? It caught me off guard. She said that I called her that? I did not call her that. Nor would I ever call you that. Or this person, or that person, or that person. I have more respect from my coworkers and especially an owner, even though she was treating me like garbage. He goes, well, you want to walk through what happened with me? I said, yeah. I told him exactly what happened, word for word. Exactly what happened. He's like, well, hang tight. I'm going to call her right quick because her story is different from yours. Okay, I'll hang tight for a minute. About 15 minutes goes by and he comes back. He's like, yeah, I'm going to have to go with her side of the story. I'm going to have to let you go. I said, are you serious right now? He said, yeah, I'm going to have to let you go. I said, okay, now that that's said and done, this is BS. So I'm sitting at a park right now. I said, this is BS. I understand it's your mom, but she has no respect for anybody in here. I literally watched 5 customers walk out the door yesterday because she jacked the prices up and her profit margin about 60 to 80%. Prices are too high. She's very disrespectful to us. She's very disrespectful to Robbie. She's disrespectful to customers. I mean, if there's a serious issue going on, it needs to get looked at. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. Well, we need you to get your toolbox today. I'll get my toolbox today. That's fine. Like I said, I've never been fired from a job before. I could have went off on them, but no, I took the higher road. But now that that's all said and done, yeah, he sat there and talked to Robbie. He's like, you've known him for a long time. Would he have ever done that? Robbie's like, no, he wouldn't have. And if he would have, because I did text Robbie or call him after everything happened, and if I did say that, I would have told Robbie. I'm straight up honest. I would have told you. And if I did say that, I would have told her son Michael. I'd be like, yeah, I called her that, but I didn't. I have more respect for people than that. It's just, I'm so dumbfounded by why that happened. So now Robbie was stuck in the shop as a service manager, and there was no other technicians in there because the other dude, Brian, got let go as well. And then there's another technician in there, and he came in late. So Robbie was basically in there by himself. And Michael had asked Robbie, so if you didn't know Anthony, do you think he would call the customer that, or an owner, or my mom, or anybody? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do that. He knows how to talk to customers. He knows how to talk to his fellow employees and stuff like that. He comes to work. He does the job. He does it right. If he has questions, he'll ask. He makes sure the car is fixed, and he sends it and on to the next one. I don't like confrontation. I don't want to have confrontation with people. So I don't know where that came from. I'm not mad about it. It's just, it is BS the way it went down. Like I said, I understand it's your mom, bro, but I'm not the one that's in trouble with Meineke. I don't have a lawsuit against me with Meineke. They do have a lawsuit because they used to be Meineke. It's all public information. You can actually Google it and look at everything. I don't wish bad for anybody, but the way that they did me, it's like if they did that to me and they did that to Brian, like just imagine how they're treating their customers. Imagine what Robbie and I were going through. We tolerated it. I wanted to quit on my first day. I've never wanted to quit a job on my first day, but I didn't. I stayed there, let it go in one ear, out the other, do my job, get it done, go home. She'll tell you to do something. Okay, go do it. Oh, why didn't you do that? Well, you told me to do it this way. No, go do it this way. Very, very, like I said, poking the bear. And she does it to Robbie a lot too. Poking Robbie. Robbie's been doing this for over 30 years. And she's going to tell him how to do his job. And then when he does it the way that she does, it's wrong, or, and then she'll start getting on Robbie about it, and then he's not happy about it. So that's what happened. That's why I got fired, because she said that I called her a F and B, and I did not call anybody an F and B. Nor would I call any of you, my lovely subscribers, an F and B. So maybe it's for the better. One door closes, another one opens, like one of my subscribers said down there. I hope everything works out. It's just kind of like, what do I do now? Like, I've never been fired from a job. What do I do? I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Leave it down there in the comments. Oh, and by the way, we are still taking donations for the new shop. There's a couple ways you can do that. PayPal, Cash App. You can go leave a donation at the bottom where the thumbs up button is. Go all the way down over to the right. There'll be like a $sign. That's a super thanks. Or there's a GoFundMe going on, and I'll leave a link to that in here as well. And I appreciate every one of you guys, and hopefully we'll get this thing up and running real soon. Because we aren't going to treat people like that. We're not going to treat employees like that. We'll do good, quality, precise work, if that's even a word, and make our customers happy so people want to come back to us. And we're not going to jack the price up 60 to 80%. So, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.